President Paul Biya has appointed Louis-Marie Magloire as Cameroon ambassador to the Republic of Congo. This appointment is contained in a communique signed today. The diplomat is expected to look into relations between the two African countries. Contained in this communique are names of other appointments. Stay with DBS Television for details of this and more. More of these up ahead in today's newscast. Good evening, televiewers. You are watching the 7 p.m. English newscast on DBS Television. Thanks for being with us. This is the news. Kenyans are still to come to terms with the people's choice of a new president. William Ruto is the 5th president of Kenya, according to results proclaimed or announced after the elections, the 2022 Kenyan elections. According to reports from Kenya, opposition leader Raila Odinga will be contesting the results of the presidential elections. He announced yesterday that the results are null and void, and he will be contesting at the Supreme Court that is in Kenya. Has more.
Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who had received the backing of the outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta, said on Tuesday, August 16, that he rejects the elections result that saw Deputy President William Ruto win the presidential vote. Speaking during a press conference, Odinga said the result was a travesty and a blatant disregard of the Constitution of Kenya. The 77-year-old presidential hopeful said his Azimio la Umoja party will look to the Supreme Court to deliver justice. His rejection comes after the deputy chairperson of the Independent Electoral Board Commission, Juliana Cherera, and 3 other commissioners also rejected the Kenyan presidential election. His rival, William Ruto, won 7.1 million votes, while Odinga got 6.9 million. The 77-year-old has pursued the presidency for a quarter century, and his campaign has 7 days after Monday's declaration to file a petition with the Supreme Court, which would have 14 days to make a ruling.
Tunisia has approved a new constitution granting more powers to the president, Kais Saied. The final results of a controversial referendum showed about 94.6% of votes in favor of the president. Rugiatu Buba in the following report.
Over 94.6% of 2.6 million Tunisian voters have approved a controversial referendum granting unchecked powers to the office of Tunisian President Kais Saied. The turnout was considered very low at 30.5%. The referendum came a year after Saied sacked the government and froze parliament in what rivals have branded a coup. Despite the low turnout, Said's move against a system that emerged after the 2011 overthrow of former ruler Zine El Abidine Ben Ali was welcomed by many Tunisians. However, many opposition politicians and human rights groups have warned of a return to dictatorship under the new constitution. The new text puts the president in command of the army, allows him to appoint a government without parliamentary approval, and makes it virtually impossible to remove him from office. He can also present draft laws to parliament, which will be obliged to give them priority. Tunisia is mired in crisis with growth of just 3%, nearly 40% of young people jobless, and 4 million people out of a population of 12 million in poverty.
The death toll of flash floods in Sudan has risen to 66 since the start of the rainy season. Some 2,000 or 2,400 or 2,400 homes and government buildings have been destroyed so far due to torrential rains lasting long hours. Rugiatu Ba once more.
Flash floods triggered by heavy rains have continued to tear up homes across Sudan, with death toll rising to 66 since the start of the rainy season. According to the spokesperson for Sudan's National Council for Civil Defense, Some 24,000 homes and 2,000 government buildings have been badly damaged. Around 136,000 people have been impacted by heavy rainfall and floods in 12 of Sudan's 18 provinces. The Western Darfur region and the provinces of Nile River, White Nile, West and South Kordofan were among the hardest hit. Sudan's rainy season usually starts in June and lasts until the end of September, with floods peaking in August and September. The country has been without a functioning government since an October military coup derailed its short-lived democratic transition following the 2019 removal of longtime leader Omar al-Bashir in a popular uprising.
Let's now talk about the long-lasting effects of the rainy season on our roads here in the country, particularly in the economic capital of the country, that is here in Douala, where most neighborhoods are inaccessible and the people have to pay the price for having the rainy season, especially road users or those who use the roads on a daily basis. I'm talking about the bike riders and taxi drivers who use the roads as a means of livelihood or survival. Roads in Bepanda neighborhood here in Douala are fast degrading due to heavy rains, which is causing enormous damages and inconveniencing road users around this part of the city. Nde Vanessa Shuyong has the plea of the people.
Every season, be it sunny or rainy, comes with some devastating effect, and this is just one of them. Fast degrading roads due to excess rainfall in Douala. Here in the Bepanda neighborhood in the Douala 5 subdivision, the road access to the Omnisport Stadium, Entrée Lang 2000, and Descente Tapis Rouge are filled with potholes, causing a slow in circulations and sometimes accidents.
The state of this road is very deplorable, and this is not the first time. During the African Nation Cup, when the same match was supposed to be played here, they came here made as if they wanted to tar the road. Immediately they heard there was not going to be matches here in the field. They just stopped the work. So many vehicles have been falling here, especially tricycles. The worst is when the rain has fallen. Now you have come when there is sun. If you come when the rain has fallen, it is very dangerous. Very dangerous. We don't have road here.
A real loss for commercial motorbike riders and taxi drivers who are crying foul for the roads to be rehabilitated due to the enormous damages they incur. The situation has been so for over 6 months, and citizens are starting to wonder if the local authority is aware of the situation, calling on the government of Cameroon to reconstruct the roads.
This road is used by so many vehicles. They should try and do something and fix the road. They shouldn't wait when there is any tournament or there is a football match, African Nation Cup. They will come again, throw gravels. Then, immediately as the African Nation Cup is over, the rain falls and everything is bad. We don't know what they are really doing in this country. It's deplorable.
Je propose qu'ils viennent reprendre le travail à zéro. Parce que ce qu'ils ont fait là, vraiment, moi-même, je ne peux pas corriger ce travail-là. Ça n'a pas un sens pour moi. Parce qu'en soirée, il y a des voitures qui tombent là. Nous, on passe le temps à retirer les voitures dans les caniveaux. Vraiment, c'est grave.
Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon, constantly suffers from bad roads. The change in climate has made things worse for the inhabitants, and as back to school draws near, parents are incessantly worried.
In same manner, let's talk about the state of roads in the central region of the country. Rehabilitation works have begun at the Kununkomo Road in Yaoundé. The road, long abandoned in its degrading state, has made movement of persons and goods difficult for some time. Rehabilitation works comes as a relief to the people who have been expressing their gratitude through our reporter Ate Bonaventure.
Inhabitants of the Kununkomo road stretch in the Yaoundé 4 municipality can now heave a sigh of relief following the start of rehabilitation works at this road that used to be a nightmare to users. We have suffered enough on this road. We are happy with the fact that they have finally decided to fix the road. It's a laudable initiative that will facilitate our movement from Ekunu to Nkomo. The contract, which is being executed by a Chinese firm, is initiative of the Yaoundé City Council, which is scheduled to last for 6 months. The population expect nothing but a durable road and respect of deadline. It is a good thing that they have started working on this road. All we wish is that the work should be well done and delivered according to the agreed deadline so that we can once again circulate freely. There has been a serious debate on who does what in terms of road maintenance in the city of Yaoundé. Mayors of different subdivisions are often accused of neglecting the people's wish, and in response they say their powers are limited to the maintenance of secondary roads.
Health Minister Manauda Malachi has announced the resurgence of COVID-19 in the country, calling on all Cameroonians to be cautious and go for their COVID-19 vaccines, of course respecting all COVID-19 barrier measures. However, city dwellers in most cities here in the country have opined differently since the minister announced the next phase of the virus in the country.
The outbreak of the coronavirus in 2019 has been the topic of discussion in different health sectors worldwide and Cameroon in particular. After months with no major cases of the virus in Cameroon, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malachi, on August 4 took to his Twitter account to inform the public on the resurgence of the pandemic in Cameroon, advising Cameroonians to stay on the safe side by getting vaccinated and continue practicing the COVID-19 barrier measures. Reacting to the minister's message, some Douala city dwellers think the pandemic is a myth and see no need wearing face masks and using sanitizers.
As for me, I'm fine with my family. I go out 24/7 to hustle. I don't see anything like COVID. So let the government stop saying that COVID. Let them bring another system of what they call COVID, because for me, I don't see anything like COVID.
Les soi-disant mesures barrières, qui respectent ça?
The so-called barrier measures are not even respected by those in high-ranking positions. It simply means even those who impose the rules don't apply them. So who do they expect to implement these rules?
While some think the pandemic doesn't exist, another think it exists but is not present in Africa. This city dweller says he implements the barrier measures just to stay on the safe side. According to recent statistics, Cameroon has recorded a total number of 120,967 cases since its outbreak in Cameroon, with 118,459 recoveries, 1,933 deaths, 575 active cases with 35 hospitalized and 4 on oxygen.
Schools nationwide will open their doors on the 5th of September 2022 to mark the start of the 2022-2023 academic year. Douala, like other parts of the country, is already experiencing a busy atmosphere as institutions brace up to ensure a hitch-free new academic year. Bermo Ashley in the following report.
With just 2 weeks to the start of the 2022-2023 academic year, preparations have heightened up on school campuses in Douala. In a private institution, the vice principal expressed their level of preparedness.
We are ready. We engage our work during the month of July. We completed with our recruitment. That's for the staff which was lacking. And as far as the timetables are concerned, we've rounded up the timetables. As you can see, our extension work is going on. That's why the campus is still like a little bit dirty, but we are already rounding up with, we have commenced with the cleaning in order to welcome our children here come the 5th of September 2022.
The atmosphere is bustling as holiday classes are coming to an end. And besides registration, focus is equally geared at refurbishing the school premises. Some public institutions have put in place stringent security measures for a hitch-free resumption.
Some measures that we take in place to ensure something like security, like we search them from the gate, and again we make sure we are stiff on them. We don't allow them, yes, to roam around. As you see, they are in school for holiday classes, yes, and their parents, we make sure that their parents come with them, and their parents also go with them back. And another thing is the security. We are stand on it. We don't joke here.
Tellers have equally been active ahead of the start of the new school year, which generally means new grades, new teachers, new goals, new attires, and maybe a new school. Resumption is scheduled for September 5th, 2022.
We now talk something else. In a society where smartphones are now affordable and very common, cyberspace, which used to be very much appreciated back in the days, is now completely deserted, or cyberspace or cybers are now completely deserted or visited by very few persons, since so many people can now afford smartphones and think it is necessary to sit in your comfort and use the gadget as it will please you. Let's see how easy smartphones make life in the following report compiled by Tebim Shuri Christel Ange.
The introduction of smartphones and internet connection has transformed the world into a small global village where individuals no longer find it necessary to displace themselves in order to gain access to information or services in cybers. These browsing spaces have become a shadow of themselves as people no longer frequent these places. An internet user reveals his preference for cybers as he says that despite the fact that he has a smartphone, visiting this place at least 3 to 4 times a week gives him the opportunity to have a stable network connection, and the internet bundles are cheaper.
I prefer to chat in my phone, because when I'm going to the spare cafe, to chat there is more expensive and it's taking more data than in a phone.
While a majority of these individuals visit cybers in order to print, scan and photocopy documents, the remaining few no longer find it important because they do not have enough privacy while browsing at these places.
On our discovery page today, let's go on a discovery ride. Lulu Canton in Cameroon, Diamare Division, far north region of the country. It bears the name of the mountain ridge Ozal Lulu. Enjoy. That's all we gathered for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being a part. See you tomorrow, same time, God willing, for another edition. Join Fatima Rich Ibrahim at 8 p.m. for developments of these and more in the French language. I am Genda Pelgin Blanche King. Thank you, happy viewing, and good night.